Hello, dear army all around the world. Thank you so much for always loving and supporting BTS no matter what. Thank you for being their biggest strength, and ours too, the family that grows together through every era. Before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any emotional and heart-touching BTS moments ever again. The night of October 13th, 2025 became one of the most heartwarming nights for armies everywhere. Jimin appeared on his Weverse Live, sitting calmly in his studio, wearing simple casual clothes and his soft smile, the kind of smile that hides 1,000 feelings behind it. At first, everyone thought it was just another relaxed livestream, but suddenly, Jimin shared something unexpected, a story so warm and tender that it instantly melted ARMY hearts all over the world. A beautiful memory he had with Jungkook. I remember, there was this one day when Jungkook and I decided to lose some weight together, Jimin said with a small smile, looking at the camera as if he were talking directly to every army watching. The live chat exploded, with Jungkook, "Tell us more, Jimin." And then, softly, Jimin continued, his voice lowering slightly, as if he was replaying that precious moment in his mind. That day, he said, they went out together on a weekend. They just wanted to exercise a bit, to lose weight and clear their minds. But it wasn't just their bodies that felt lighter, it was their hearts too. We went running. Jungkook was in front of me, and I was running behind him while listening to a song. I don't know why, but when the song reached its peak, I looked up and saw Jungkook running ahead of me. That moment felt like a movie scene, Jimin recalled softly. The way he described it made the whole livestream go silent. It was simple, running together, yet the way Jimin's voice trembled slightly made it sound so magical. The sky, the air, the music, the timing, everything just aligned perfectly in that one instant. I was struggling to keep running, but I pushed myself harder. Jungkook was beside me, but I couldn't really see him. Then, as a certain part of the song started playing again, I turned around a corner and saw him. And at that exact moment, it felt like a movie scene. Was it just coincidence? Or did the universe itself decide to create a small, cinematic memory between two people who have gone through so much together? Army comments started flooding in. Why am I crying over a simple jogging story? Only Jimin and Jungkook can make something this ordinary feel like a K-drama scene. Their bond is so pure, like brothers, yet somehow deeper than words can describe. In the middle of thousands of live comments, Jimin just smiled softly and said, "It was just a small moment, but I still remember it clearly. I think it's because I was happy." And right there, everything went quiet again. The livestream suddenly felt warm, full of emotion, nostalgia, and love. But is that all there is to the story? Could there be a deeper meaning behind that fleeting moment? Or was Jimin subtly trying to tell us something more about friendship, comfort, and the kind of bond that can only be built through years of shared struggle and trust? As the Weverse Live continued, Jimin leaned back in his chair, his fingers softly tracing the edge of his necklace. The atmosphere in his room was quiet, almost like he was lost inside his own memories. The soft light reflected in his glasses, and for a brief moment, he looked like he was about to say something he had been holding in for a long time. "You know," he began slowly, "sometimes, when you're in the military, everything feels so different. Time moves slower, but at the same time, it goes by so fast. You miss the smallest things, laughter, voices, even someone's footsteps." Those words hit every ARMY right in the heart, because only someone who had truly felt loneliness and longing could say something that real. Then, Jimin continued, "When I was with Jungkook during those moments, even when we were just running, I didn't realize how meaningful it was. But now, when I think about it, it feels like one of the happiest memories I have from that time. Was it just a casual run, or was it something deeper, a symbol of how they've always moved forward together, side by side, even through the hardest times?" Many armies watching couldn't help but think about all the years BTS had spent together, from their trainee days to their world tour, from performing under the brightest lights to enduring long months apart during military service. And now, hearing Jimin talk like that, it was impossible not to feel emotional. Jimin smiled faintly, then said something that made everyone stop breathing for a second. "I saw Jungkook running ahead of me that day, and I thought, that's just how it's always been. He's always running forward, and I'm always cheering for him behind." Those words, simple, but so full of love and sincerity, struck a chord. It wasn't just admiration, it was a reflection of their bond, their respect for each other as brothers and as artists. And yet, there was something more in Jimin's voice, to quiet pride, the kind that comes from watching someone you care about grow and shine, while knowing you've shared the same path. Armies started commenting things like, "This is the purest kind of love, the love between two souls who understand each other. They've been together since they were kids, and now they've gone through everything, even the military." Jimin talking about Jungkook like that makes me cry every time. As the chat scrolled endlessly, Jimin took a small pause, smiling gently as he read the messages. Then, almost in a whisper, he said, "I think those simple moments are what keep me going, even when it was tough, even when we couldn't see the future clearly. Knowing that someone like Jungkook was there, it gave me strength." The screen suddenly felt like it carried something sacred, like a window into the heart of someone who rarely shows his deepest feelings. He continued, his voice low but steady. "There are times when we don't even talk much. Sometimes, silence says more than words. I think we both understand each other that way. Maybe that's why that running moment stayed with me. It wasn't about talking, it was about just being there." It was as if Jimin wasn't just talking about that day anymore. He was talking about years of friendship, of brotherhood, of unspoken loyalty that had kept BTS strong for over a decade. And then, unexpectedly, he laughed softly. "You know, Jungkook always runs so fast. I was trying so hard to catch up, but I couldn't. I was out of breath," he said, chuckling. "But maybe that's what makes it special. I was behind, but I could still see him. Maybe that's what it means to grow together. We're all running in our own ways, but we're always in the same direction." That single line, "we're always in the same direction," became the phrase that lit up every social media platform that night. ARMEs turned it into quotes, tweets, edits, and even fan art, capturing that feeling of unity and nostalgia. Was Jimin aware of how deeply his words would touch millions? Maybe, or maybe he was just speaking from his heart, unaware that the world was quietly crying along with him. Either way, that live became more than just a broadcast. It became a confession not of sadness, but of gratitude. Jimin then said something that made everyone pause. "Sometimes I think about how we've all changed. We're not those kids anymore. But when I see Jungkook, I still feel the same comfort I did when we were young. Maybe that's why I smiled that day. It reminded me that no matter where we are, we'll always find each other again." Those words echoed like poetry. It wasn't just about friendship, it was about time, fate, and the bond that refuses to fade even when life keeps moving. At that moment, many armies began typing comments like, "He's talking like a poet, and I can feel his heart. I can't believe how deep their connection runs. This is more than a story. It's a piece of their soul." And truly, it was. Before ending the live, Jimin looked at the camera one last time and whispered, "Thank you for listening to my little story. I didn't think I'd share it, but maybe it's because I miss him, and I miss all of us." That final line broke everyone. The screen filled with crying emojis, purple hearts, and endless messages of love. ARMEs could feel it, that this wasn't just nostalgia. It was a moment of truth, spoken gently by someone who carries his love for his members quietly, deeply, and endlessly. And as the live ended, one question remained lingering in the hearts of millions. Was Jimin just reminiscing, or was he sending a message, one that only Jungkook, an army, could truly understand? Whatever it was, one thing became clear that night, even in the simplest moments, like a quiet run or a shared memory, the connection between Jimin and Jungkook shines brighter than ever. Because sometimes, love doesn't need grand gestures or big words. Sometimes, it's just two people running side by side under the same sky.